Arizona a couple nights ago. Ended up falling, though, to the Wildcats by 7 in Tucson. A rough back-to-back, going to number 1 and then to number games against top 10 teams.
Good execution, great kick out.
Sanak knocks down the long ball. Mayusin has it taken away by Uzan. And the slam by Fleming's country in fewest points allowed. Sanak, baseline fall away. Offensive rebound and the put. Tough shot for Odom. It gets stuck.
And coming up and lifting from the wing.
Jop fell down. Another turnover in the open floor is Sharp. And a foul called on Odom as he reached in for the strip. First, and the shot clock already inside of 10 seconds. Ford on the baseline, shoots and hits over 2 defenders.
Mind that shot, though, at all by Mo Odom. If you can try to run in the open floor, you might get some good things.
Kept alive, good ball movement, and the 3 from the corner. Sharp trying to go baseline. And the 6'11" Sanak hits his second three-pointer. And now Houston looking to run up 15-2. Fleming's underneath. Tugler, the easy basket.
How about that pass? The field.
Uzan off the Sacco screen. They work it around to the corner, get another good look, and another three-pointer. This time it's hard over Vanderbilt yesterday. Vandy will be in action as well, taking on Arkansas, and it's Kansas and Colorado. Another pass underneath by Flemings. Sanak throttle. Flemings gets the block on one end. He has 4 assists. Now the pull-up jumper. It is 24-2.
About Houston, too, is that they don't let off the throttle. Their defense stays with that level of intensity.
Big Johnson, best look of the night, and it's good. A three-pointer. Caught in the air. Tough pass. And another Arizona State turnover. That's 5 giveaways, and on the other end, Sanak with another easy basket.
Every time.
Well, there are a lot of angry fans in this building because of what the Texans were doing and all the turnovers that they were committing against New England. Playoffs. On the cut, Uzan couldn't handle the pass. And that is the first Houston turnover. Great play on the other end. Wow, coachable, likes hard coaching, great teammate, strong leadership qualities, and we've really seen that on display all season as he gets to the back.
Texas Tech with a big win last night over BYU, gave BYU their first loss. They closed the game similar on a run like we're seeing to start the game for Houston. And Kingston Fleming, so say the one negative for Houston, Dave, is that they only have 1 offensive rebound. The problem is they've only missed 3 shots, so we really can't criticize that much.
Oh, tough shot. Mayusin hit a 3 with 2.
When Samson brought up, and you mentioned it, like they're the background of these players, but their parents were coaches. They were heavily involved in their club teams. They
flopped there. That's why there was no whistle. Bobby Hurley thought there should have been an offensive foul on Sharp. Three-pointer from Gribovich is good, and Arizona State is knocked away by Truitt, and a turnover. Mayusin in the open floor. That was a nice dish from Odom.
Arizona State kind of... That really hurts Arizona State's offense.
Uzan with a take, and the follow jam by Tugler.
If you don't put a body up...
Sharp leaning in, draws contact, hits the bank shot, and harder. Not a lot of top 10 programs have guys like that.
He's in great shape, too, this year.
The tip in after the miss by...
You know, so often Houston does high wedging. That means coming over and pushing the defensive player underneath the glass and be able to finish.
Off the bounce, Uzan swishes home a 3.
At a very precise level and value the basketball, not turn it over, and meet their physicality.
Three-pointer out of the timeout is good.
Players in his rotation. It comes in and immediately creates a steal.
Yep, knocking it away from Jop. Uzan with the easy layup in transition. It's back to a 21.
Meanwhile, 9 assists on 16 made field goals for Houston.
Great pass by Flemings, and a good look from the corner.
When they make shots and the way that they play defense, if they're this efficient, it is really difficult to beat Houston. I don't care who you are.
That not enough people are talking about them.
Well, I think when they took their loss to Tennessee, you know, there's other teams that had elevated up and were playing outstanding basketball, in particular Michigan and Arizona.
That one with a fortunate roll into the hands of Truitt. Great contest. Missed the shot. Grivovich has it. The floater. No. And a blocking foul. In midair, that looked like that was going to be a highlight on the offensive end. Ended up being one with the block. And the three from Ford on the other end.
The best.
Flemings puts it on the floor. Finds Harwell. Harwell hits another three.
And again, it's that dribble penetration.
It's a problem.
You're not lying, Coach. It's a huge problem. That's a problem too, right? I mean, that's just disconnected that lives that
they've scored this season. There's still 2 minutes to go. Tugler spinning and finishing with 4 on the shot clock. Boy, is he impressive. They are a little undersized up front against that Miami D line. That is the matchup to watch. Three-pointer from Sharp. 8 threes for Houston. 6 players at 8+ points for Houston, and Sinak had the most with 12.
Oh, what a great execution that was.
And puts it on the floor. And Tugler missed the easy one right at the rim, but an offensive rebound. And Sharp drills the three. Even if they give up the 59 points in this game, if Houston didn't score the rest of the way, they'd still win.
Surgical-like approach at both ends of the floor.
10 in a row for Sharp. Job fouled. He'll get a chance to go to the line.
To be much more comfortable and confident in this system.
He's 7'1". He has a skill set. Can he get stronger and more physical? Step back, Bryce Ford. No good. Odom got the rebound. He lets it fly. And finally, gets his first basket. Oh, the telecast that feels like every year is the year of the freshman in college basketball, but more so this year, in part because you got a Houston team that's got a player like...
he's the most productive, and look, he leads the team in points, rebounds, assists, and steals for the Duke Blue Devils. But to your point, 8 points, 9 assists, 1 turnover in that game. You know, guys that weren't expected necessarily to be one and done, likely to be one and done this year, and that just continues to improve this draft. For the
7 minutes into the game, and Houston has not looked back. Grivovich into the chest of the defender and then goes up and banks it home. Arizona for the top spot in the standings. They would be the only 2 teams left in conference play unbeaten. Nice pass by Sinak as McKay for Flemings. 3 no good. Grivovich lost it, and cleaning it up is Sinak. And the lead back to 30. Odom. Great handle, but terrific play by the trailing Tugler to swat it away.
And Kim Mulkey's team, Flashe Johnson, another great season on the Bayou.
Job has a nice pass. You see the skill on display there, the spin and the find. Cave underneath. Shot clock inside of 10, and a turnover. It's a rare possession where Houston, late in the shot clock, turns it over. Great hand. Nice handle. Flemings driving, hangs and scores, plus a foul.
How about working out with Alan Bishop, the strength and conditioning coach for the Cougars?
Meaning he was working you out. I'm not sure you were working out with him.
Crushed me this morning. And he's such a big part of this program here at Houston. Talking to Kelvin Sampson, essential. Arizona State's been better at limiting their turnovers. And then they've applied pressure on the rim out in the open floor like that. And you know, Coach Sampson.
7 straight points by ASU. Maybe too little too late, but one thing, they're still fighting.
Yeah, well, I think that's about being forceful with the basketball, not turning it over.
Odom cans a 3. It's down to 17.
And that's 30.
Jumper not there by Sharp, and Mayusin saves it to Odom. Odom, and reaching in to commit the foul.
They had the comfortable lead, but the turnovers, now the starters are back out on the floor. They need to kind of ramp this thing back up.
And Uzan comes through with a big corner 3. Shoved in the back. On the drive by Sinak, but no whistle. Flemings all the way to the cup, and he's fouled. Good hands by the freshman, Chris Sinak. We've talked a lot about Kingston Flemings, but the other freshman for Houston, Sinak, has had a good night, makes a nice pass, and tucking the road. That's the longest active streak in the country. They've won 14 in a row at home and 47 of 48. Sinak with the follow jam off the Flemings miss.
Keep getting more and more comfortable and have better understanding of what Kelvin Sampson wants of him.
McCabe knocks down the mid-range shot. They are the two-time defending Big 12 regular season champs. They won the Big 12 tournament last year. The pull-up is good from Flemings. He's got 17. That one's no good. And now Houston can breathe a little bit with the lead back to 22. Make it 24. Another assist by Fleming. Kick. Uzan will pull it out. Uzan penetrates and hits the hanging jump shot.
The toughest part when you're in a big hole is trying to climb out of it, and the energy that it takes and the focus that it takes to get there.
Foul on True.
The shooter. They have also, by the way, have more managers, I think, than any program in the history of college basketball.
I think it's a manager per player. Feels like as Houston.
Another block shot for Kingston Flemings.
That's his second to go with February 21st. That game will be on ABC, by the way. That is the one matchup between the two schools this year.
Same high school in Sherman Oaks.
Whose dad is Percy Miller, also known as Master P, although I wonder how many of our listeners.
Last year, in this day and age, the transfer portal, it just shows you the trust and faith he has in Coach Kelvin Sampson, trying to bring out the best in him, and he can really score.
Columbus High School. Foul on the play. McCarty drives. He'll shoot two with 18.6 left.
This game since the second the ball was tipped.
Houston improves to 17-1, 5-0 in conference play, 11 straight wins. They led by as many as 33. They end up winning by 30, 103-73, as Arizona State falls to 1-4. 3 straight road games against top 10 teams at BYU, at Arizona tonight at Houston, and they go 0-3 in that stretch. 43 consecutive